Hi, I'm Jada Monica Drew, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the Culture Wheel card game. Social Designs has created a tool to help you connect with people in your organization, whether it's helping to connect with students, board members, or your C-suite. The Culture Wheel card game is a way for you to talk about diversity in a way that's non-assuming, in a way where everyone can connect. So what I'll do here for a couple of minutes is just introduce the game as if I was facilitating right there with you. After the video, make sure you go to culturewheelcardgame.com. On the website, definitely look at the frequently asked questions and you can see how you can facilitate the game yourself. Let's start. Welcome everyone. We are about to engage in an icebreaker called the Culture Wheel. The Culture Wheel is a game and it only works if you tell the truth, if you're concise, and if you're descriptive. Now, I'm going to share a few examples about the cultural components, and then afterwards, you are going to share with your colleagues or you'll share with your students. Okay? So, there are a few cultural components that you see on the floor in the circle. You may see tradition, you may see words and phrases, you may see spirituality and religion. So, I'll share a few examples from my culture. Let's start with health practices. Health practices. Cultural or traditional actions or remedies to protect or improve health. Well, when I was growing up, anytime I was outside playing and there was a scratch or I might have banged up my knee playing basketball, my mom would always say, "Oh, just put some Vaseline on it." I don't know why Vaseline was the cure, but she would always say it. My dad, whenever he felt like he was getting a cold, he would always take Vicsan. Vicsan, the solution that you rub on your chest or on your throat when you feel like you're getting a cold. And he would eat it, you all. Yes, he would eat the Vicsan, and he never got sick. Shout out to North Carolina. The founders and the creators of Vicsan are from North Carolina. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about conflict. Well, in my family, people tell a lot of jokes. So instead of dealing with conflict straight on or direct, typically there's a passive aggressive way by sharing jokes or picking at the people that you're wanting to address the conflict with. Another example of a culture component where with my family is food. One of the traditional foods that we have is called cheese and eggs. So it's a block about this big of cheese. It has to be sharp cheese. We call it hoop cheese, by the way. And you cut up the cheese, melt it really, really slow in a cast iron pan, and you scramble up the egg, just one egg. All you need is one egg. And after the cheese melts, you'll sprinkle a little bit of pepper, add the egg, and scramble it all together really fast. There's more cheese than egg. It's not something you want to eat every day. So here are just some examples of the cultural components based on my culture and my upbringing, and I would love for you all to share with one another. Make sure that you are concise, you're descriptive, and you tell the truth. Okay, so after you share your own examples with the people that you are training, you then want to let them know how much time they have. Okay, so if they have 5 minutes, then let them know they have 5 minutes to share, which is probably not suggested. You want to make sure they have at least 10 minutes for the activity, and they can go to 30 minutes. Make sure that you share with them. Each person stands on their culture wheel component. And then after they share, after each person shares in the circle, they rotate. That's why we call it the culture wheel, because everyone shares and they move around like a wheel. Feel free to have constituents or your students or your trainees go through the wheel multiple times if you have time. And the game can last from, like I mentioned before, 10 minutes as an icebreaker up to an hour if you want to have a robust team building activity. In the culture wheel box, you'll find a few things to help you along the way. One, there's a setup card. On the back of the setup card, there's gameplay. So the steps that I walked you through, they're here in more detail. After the game, you want to have everyone come back in a circle to debrief. On this card, you'll see facilitator debrief questions, such as how did the activity make you feel? What, if anything, made you feel uncomfortable during the activity? And there are key takeaways to help you process the activity even more. I hope you have fun with the culture wheel. It's proven to work with elementary students and seasoned adults. Have fun.